The Outsiders by S.E. Hinton was published in 1967, when Hinton was only 18 years old. She began writing the book when she was a 15-year-old high school student in Tulsa, Oklahoma. The novel is based on two rival social groups at her school, called the Greasers and the Socias, and the novel was immediately popular and very controversial because of the violence and the bad behavior of its young characters. So what was going on in the 1960s? Well, there were no cell phones, personal computers, or video games. Color TV was new, and so was rock and roll music. John F. Kennedy was president, but he was killed in 1963, and Lyndon Johnson became president. The Vietnam War had been going on for several years already. The Outsiders tells the story of two rival social groups in high school. The Greasers, who live on the east side of town, are working-class kids. Their main characters include Ponyboy, his best friend Johnny, his brothers Derry and Soda Pop, and another gang member, Dally. On the west side of town are the middle-class Socias. Their main characters include Bob, Randy, Cherry, and Marcia. So which group of boys in the photos do you think are capable of violence? The ones on the left or the ones on the right? The Outsiders makes us question what we believe we know about people based on how they look, where they come from, or how much money they have. The Socias are short for the socials. They would have worn Madras plaid, driven fast cars like a Corvette, and listened to the Beatles. The Greasers got their name for the grease they used to create their hairstyles. The most famous style was the ducktail. They wore leather jackets and jeans and t-shirts. They loved working on cars and listening to Elvis Presley or Hank Williams. Socias and Greasers would have had some things in common at that time period in Oklahoma. Both groups, boys and girls, would have loved going to the rodeo. They would have both seen movies with Audrey Hepburn and Paul Newman, two very famous movie stars of the time period. They would have seen those movies, especially in Oklahoma, at drive-in movie theaters. And believe it or not, kids under the age of 18, both boys and girls, could smoke, and if you were 18, you could drink.